Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I got another gun loadout for you guys today. Basically what I did was I took one of the SMGs in Modern Warfare 2 and completely revamped it, changed it into something entirely different. This thing basically acts as an AR now, and it has little to no recoil. I was hitting 40 plus meter shots like nobody's business, winning 2-on-1 gunfights because it still acts as an SMG. It literally turned into the perfect hybrid weapon for me, so I figured I could show you that today. The gun I'm talking about is the Vel 46, which is good because that means even with newer players getting into the game, it's one of the very first things you get, so why not try to max it out and make the most of it? Let me go ahead and show you what it is. So the thing that you need to know with this gun is that when I was first using it, even with no attachments, I was like, all right, this thing's pretty nasty. 40 round mag, check. That's a lot of ammo to work with. Very, very fast fire rate, good TTK. It literally does everything you need. The only problem is at range, it can kind of stumble. Well, I pretty much did away with that one flaw with this gun. So here's what we got. And then at the end of this, I also have some gameplay of me using it, just so you can see what I mean. It's not a lot of gameplay, just like a minute or two, but I just basically rip through this team at all range, at any distance. Aiming is not a problem. Literally no recoil. So first thing we're going to talk about is our rear grip. I went ahead and put on... Oh, that's not it. I went ahead and put on the ZLR combat grip, basically for recoil control. Simple as that. Pretty simple. But it's what I did afterwards with the tuning that really kind of cranks this thing up, which was nothing. But what you can do is, the one thing this gun lacks is it kind of lacks an aim down sight. So if you ever want to pretty much increase its aim down sight, after you get this thing maxed out, you can always come to the recoil steadiness and aim down sights on the left and increase the aim down sight. That's the one thing I think this gun suffers from, is not having a very good aim down sight speed or a sprint to fire speed. But you're kind of treating it as an AR, so you're not just rushing rooms with it like you would with an SMG. Next thing we got is our, if I can actually click on it, is our precision stock. The LM Precision Stock. The very first thing you get, awesome. That's literally perfect. I hate when you have to wait till like level 20 or 25 to get this stuff. Now, mind you, this gun won't be exactly like mine when you first get it until you max it out, because you're not going to have the ability to tune. But having this stock really helps with aim stability, and again, controlling that recoil. But when you're able to tune it, if you can put the aim walking steadiness and then kind of like, I figured if you put it somewhere kind of towards the right, you see the most benefits, because if you max it all the way out, then you start hurting other things like your mobility and handling, and this gun already kind of struggles from that once you start taking away all the things that make it an SMG. So what this does is it drastically increases your accuracy, as you can see there. Now again, you are just taking away most of the aim down sight speed, but you are treating this as an AR at that point. So on to the next one. We can skip the optics, skip the laser. This thing has really good iron sights, and I'm sure you'll notice that even in the game, this thing has little to no hip fire recoil. So you don't really need a laser. If you want one, cool. But I decided not to. Then we have our barrel. We have this. This is the second barrel you get. It allows you to have better bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy. So there, you don't really need your laser when you already have that kind of built in. But on top of that, this thing also, again, reduces your aim down sight speed. So keep that in mind. But when you tune it up, you start to see we have a ton of damage, a ton of range, the accuracy, the recoil, everything is just like completely busted and like buffed to the point where it ain't going much higher than that. Now, we are sacrificing our handling and mobility again, but this thing's an SMG, so you're not sacrificing too much. We have our cubic comp, one of our muzzles. This thing, solely based on having our recoil improved. Again, aim down sights is suffering, but we have pretty much little to no recoil at this point, thanks to what this muzzle can do. And again, just max out the recoil stability and the gun kick control. This thing will not have next to any recoil. And then the last thing we have, this one is kind of a toss-up. For me, I chose this. You can always choose this if you're more of a run and gun kind of player, because it's going to help with your hip fire accuracy, because you're running into buildings, spraying people, maybe you don't have time to aim. This thing is still good at that. However, I chose to go with this just for aiming idle stability. And then if we tune that guy up, we start to see we have improved recoil as well as improved accuracy. Knock that recoil stability all the way up and put that aiming idle stability all the way to the side, and you'll start to see some pretty crazy stuff. But that's pretty much it for the gun. I'll get into the gameplay just so you can see what I'm talking about. And yeah, have a nice day, guys.
Well, he's behind us somehow.
Drop them.
Objective Bravo is compromised. Take it back.
Throwing shot stick.
Enemy
Busting
securing
recharge.
Bravo. Securing objective Alpha.
Got one. Switching.
Now. We're losing Bravo.
I need recon flash.
We
I'm
control
taking
Alpha.
fire. Incoming. Drop them.
How does that?
Securing
Throwing
objective
shot
Charlie.
stick.
Objective Bravo is compromised. Take it back. Enemy
Overhead.
Okay, we're gonna have to damage you.